What's up, guys? Today we're going over the Chicago Bears developmental plan with Caleb Williams, going over everything I know about it and also covering some breaking news on the topic as well. As we've learned today that Caleb Williams will be training with his QB coach, Will Hewlett, as well as other quarterbacks, Anthony Richardson and Brock Purdy, leading up to training camp. I'm going to cover that and everything else we know about the Bears' plan with Caleb Williams. Let's get right into it. Matt Eberflus and Shane Waldron have mentioned having a detailed plan for the Chicago Bears' #1 pick, and they've also referenced doing everything they can to ensure that Caleb Williams will be ready to go by week 1. That is the opposite of what Matt Nagy did with Justin Fields and the opposite of what John Fox did with Mitch Trubisky. Things really are different this time, starting all the way at the top with Ryan Poles, but all the way down to the offensive coordinator, Shane Waldron, and even the quarterback coach, Kerry Joseph. These are not the same Chicago Bears of old. The days of letting quarterbacks set and learn behind veterans doesn't really exist anymore. Out of the last 48 rookie quarterbacks that were drafted in the first round, only 2 of them did not start a game as a rookie. Think about that for a second. Out of the last 48 quarterbacks that were taken in the first round of the NFL draft, 46 of them started games as a rookie. Jordan Love is one of the 2 guys who didn't, and that's because Aaron Rodgers was on the roster. It rarely happens. Even Patrick Mahomes started week 17 in his rookie year. He did set out most of the year, but he still started at least 1 game. Times have changed in the NFL, and it's a perfect time for the Bears to get with the program and finally evolve with the rest of the league and become a real passing offense. Shane Waldron has been working with Caleb Williams on learning this offense and taking over as the team's starting quarterback. Matt Eberflus wasted no time at all, letting the world know already that Caleb is the starter at the position before we even get to training camp. He's been learning the terminology since before the draft, and he's been hard at work on learning the playbook since he got drafted. Shane Waldron met with Caleb Williams on multiple Zoom calls after the USC Stars Pro Day. This is where they began discussing the variances of the offense and taught Caleb Williams the concepts he needed to work on. Waldron wasn't allowed to give Caleb the entire playbook, but he was able to give him concept names and terminology from the playbook to practice, and some other simpler things to work on that helped him familiarize himself and make the transition easier. And then during rookie minicamp, just a couple of weeks back, Matt Eberflus said they had an entire portion of practice that was focused on cadences in the offense. They are helping both Caleb Williams and undrafted rookie Austin Reed get comfortable in Shane Waldron's system, while also helping them get adjusted to the NFL. One of the biggest focuses has been getting Caleb comfortable taking snaps under center. He's getting better every day at his cadence and already looks comfortable taking snaps from under center. Recent reports from Jeremy Fowler suggest that Caleb is handling the transition seamlessly, and he loves the nuances that Shane Waldron's offense brings to the table. All reports out of Hallis Hall suggest that Caleb has hit the ground running, and he's taking every practice very seriously. His competitive nature and leadership are hard to miss, and fans will definitely notice this during Hard Knocks in August. The battles between the offense and the defense should be fierce and competitive throughout all of training camp. That's something that fans are going to absolutely love. But Caleb Williams is also taking this very seriously. Matt Eberflus said that when they got to rookie minicamp, Caleb was already familiar with the installs. That means he had been hard at work, digging into the playbook, and that's something that you can't teach. A guy's work ethic off the field and his ability to retain information. So far, it sounds like Shane Waldron has done a fantastic job of getting Caleb Williams ready to go. But on top of that, Caleb has taken it upon himself to go above and beyond to learn everything about this offense. He's going to make the guys around him better, and he's going to be a great leader for this locker room and this franchise. We've already had multiple players come out and compliment Caleb Williams. Even Tyreek Stevenson has came out and said that Caleb has really energized this locker room and is winning them all over already. But another point is, I talked recently about how Shane Waldron will use the Erhardt Perkins concepts on offense, and that's going to really simplify things for Caleb Williams once he masters it. If you missed that video, be sure to check that one out. But basically, Shane Waldron is using a secret weapon to allow Caleb Williams to master this offense. Basically, it makes play calls shorter, which allows our offense to play faster. It should give him complete control going forward. Waldron is doing this by utilizing the same style of play calls that led Peyton Manning and Tom Brady to dominate the NFL for decades. I love this move. It also revitalized Geno Smith's career. Thank you, Shane Waldron. As Bears fans, we're lucky enough to have landed Caleb Williams, but the fact that Ryan Poles also paired him with Shane Waldron and that Waldron is using the Erhardt Perkins system, everything just seems to be coming together. But that's without mentioning everything else, like drafting Rome Odunze, landing Keenan Allen via trade, etc., 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 etc. I could go on and on. This offseason has been awesome for Ryan Poles. He really figured out a great way to put the stamp on top of his rebuild process. I will continue complimenting him for that. But today's video's focus is on how the Bears are getting Caleb Williams ready for his rookie season. I believe they've already put him in the best position ever for any quarterback that's ever been taken #1 overall. Also done a detailed video on that if you missed it. But on top of that, Caleb is going out of his way to make sure he's ready as well. On top of all the things I've already mentioned, he took the offseason very seriously, and now after 3 weeks of OTAs, he's going to be training with his quarterback coach until training camp. So Caleb continues to work hard at preparing himself for the 2024 season and getting himself ready to change history for Bears quarterbacks. Break the curse, Caleb. He plans on training with Brock Purdy and Anthony Richardson until training camp. It just further shows his commitment and dedication to his craft. The early signs out of Halas Hall have been nothing but positive from every single person on Caleb Williams. He also has just been incredibly happy to be a Chicago Bear. It's something that's noticeably different than any quarterback we've drafted in my lifetime. From his draft reaction to how he handles himself and interacts with fans every day, how can you not love this dude? Seriously, how can you not? Everything seems to be falling into place. We got the right general manager in Ryan Poles. We finally got our quarterback in Caleb Williams. And it actually seems like we got the right offensive coordinator and maybe even head coach as well, paired with all the young talent on this roster. And I'm ready to run through a wall for Caleb Williams myself. Let me know what you guys think. I can't remember a better time to be a Bears fan. Hit the like button if you agree with me. Stay tuned for more content. And until next time, bear down.